These trumpets introduce one of McGill's most famous dramatic productions, a musical comedy that toured the country and was seen by over 400,000 people. Created in 1957 for the Red and White Review, My Fair Lady was advertised as a song and dance enquiry into Canadian manners and foibles at a time when Canada was taking itself very seriously. My Fair Lady satirized Canadian culture and politics by examining aspects of the Canadian establishment through the eyes of a fictive Inuit princess named Aurora Borealis. Played by contralto Anne Golden, Aurora travels south in search of a husband in order to keep her country independent from Canada. In this way, My Fair Lady anticipated later discussions about the importance of Indigenous self-determination in an era when such ideas, if presented in the political realm, would have been seen as outrageous. Such can be the role of theatre, especially student theatre, in society. When My Fair Lady premiered, theatre was already well established at McGill. Beginning in 1891, the Classical Club promoted the study of classics across multiple media. A McGill production of the Roman comedy, Rudens, was performed in 1897 at the now demolished Montreal Academy of Music. This production established a tradition of community engagement off campus. It also prefigured the development of the university's home theatre, Moyes Hall, nestled in the center of the Arts Building. Named for English professor and drama patron Charles Ebenezer Moyes, the hall opened in 1925 to address the dearth of adequate performance facilities at McGill. This 306-seat proscenium theatre, complete with its own costume shop, captained by generations of important designers, has made hundreds of McGill productions possible. It's also been used by many independent Montreal theatre companies as a venue for creative development. These have included the Montreal Shakespeare Society, Martha Allen's Montreal Repertory Theatre, Joy Thompson's Canadian Art Theatre, and even McGill professor Robert Tembeck's experimental Theatre One, to name just a few. But Moyes Hall is just one of the several theatrical venues on campus. Productions by various groups, officially sanctioned and sometimes not, have pushed boundaries, experimented, succeeded, and of course sometimes failed. Theatre, by its very nature, is a collaborative endeavor. A production is the result of many minds coming together and can be a site for connection and inclusion. The McGill Players Club, founded in 1921, offered students from all faculties the opportunity to get involved. The club also helped dissolve gender boundaries on campus with the inclusion of women students from the Royal Victoria College in their dramatic society. Later, as a graduate student at McGill in the 1960s, Dr. Clarence Bain and his fellow classmates in the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Montreal established a drama committee in response to misrepresentation and discrimination in the city. The result of their efforts was the Black Theatre Workshop, now in its 52nd year. It's the longest-running black theatre in Canada. The company's first production was a play titled How Now, Black Man, written by Loris Elliott, an influential McGill drama professor from 1969 to the early 1990s. Theatre experiences like these at McGill have changed the lives and professional trajectories of their participants. In turn, several have gone on to change the arts in Canada. For example, writer and producers of My Fair Lady went on to found the National Arts Centre and the National Theatre School. They made careers at Le Théâtre du Nouveau Monde, the Canadian Opera Company, and the National Film Board of Canada. Other My Fair Lady alum followed up their homegrown success on the Broadway stage. In fact, McGill graduates continue to make a name for themselves there in Tony Award-winning productions, including designer Linda Cho, director Rebecca Teichman, and producer Natalie Gerstein. And lest we forget, notable McGill actors from William Shatner to Jessica B. Hill have graced the Stratford Festival and other stages across the country. With over 120 years of formal drama studies, McGill has been host to productions that encourage theater as a form of social critique, creative expression, and imaginative learning. Today, the Drama and Theater program aims to create an environment for shared knowledge and communal participation. It's these skills that students take with them after they leave campus, in whatever future career they choose.